Hey actors, it's Wendy Lane Wright, the Hollywood Talent Manager, sunny Los Angeles, California. And here's the next module in my discussion about how to book more acting work. Actors, wherever you are, I know sometimes this will be the last thing on your mind. But did you ever think of contacting producers? And I'll tell you why that's really, really critical. Okay? Casting directors, we know that's who is going to bring in people for auditions. And so everybody wants to know casting directors, and as well you should. But think about who hires the casting directors. Guess what? It's the producers. And the producers have the ultimate and final say about whoever is going to be on a show. Now, it's true, casting directors do really weed through a lot of talent. They bring the best of the best in front of the producers, and they have some people they really think are right for the roles, and they'll get on the table and say, this is the person, I'm telling you. And then the producer has the final say. They get to say yay or nay, yes or no. And if the producer has someone else in mind that they think is going to be better for that role, believe me, that's who's going to get the role, not who the casting director says. And of course, that's if the network or the film company agrees or whatever. But remember, the producers are the ones with that's right, they got the money. And they're the ones who make all the final decisions, okay? So you need to start building relationships with producers. Bet you didn't think of that. It's true. And you do it the same way you build relationships with casting directors. You create a producer's target list. Now, let's say you want to be on a certain television show. You need to go on IMDb Pro, and if you don't have that, get a clue and get it. It is the #1 resource for figuring out the research you need to do in this business, so you better have it. Okay, IMDb Pro, and look up, first make a little target list of all of the, here's how we're going to start. Let's make a list of the TV shows you'd like to be on. Write them down. Then you go on IMDb Pro and look them up and see who the producers are. And not just the associate producers, because they don't have nothing to do with that. Go to executive producers, or go to the producers that are also writers on the show, because they are the ones who are coming up with new characters. Every season they got to come up with some new characters and new storylines. And you should be one of them. Okay? Make a list next to those TV shows you want to be on, the names of those producers. And especially the ones that do the writing. Guess what the third step is? Pick up the phone and call them. Hello, my name is Wendy Lane Wright. I am an actress, and I would love to meet with you. And so set up an appointment with them. Go meet with them, because producers are much more accessible than casting directors. They're not in the business of weeding through billions of actors every single day, so they're more receptive, they're more open. You might be a little scared to make that phone call, but who cares? Feel the fear and do it anyway, I say. Make that call anyway. If you're sitting in your house right now, you ain't got nothing to lose. You already have a no. They already don't know you. You already don't have any contact with them. But once you've picked up the phone and made about 50 of those calls, you might get some meetings out of that. And that's meetings you did not have yesterday. Make sense? You got to take action. You got to be bold in this business. You got to be fearless. You got to breathe through it and say, I am worthy of great things. I am capable of great things, and I will not let fear stand in my way. I'm picking up that phone. I'm calling anybody. And if you're having any trouble with that, it's called contrary action. You do the opposite of how you feel. So if you feel scared, do it anyway. After you do things you're scared of, then you start to get the courage. So take the chance. There's a great book called Contrary Action you can read. I wrote it. Well, I wrote that a long time ago, but it's really powerful. And there's another book called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. Both of those books can be found on Amazon. So get working. If you need to work on yourself and get some strength before you make those calls, then do it. But you got to make those calls. Okay. The last step with that is you need to follow up and stay in touch with them. So once you've had a meeting with them, or once you've even made phone calls or whatever, you gotta follow up with them just like you do your casting director workshops. Every 3 months, send them a postcard, a thank you card. Thank you for the meeting is what you send immediately. And then send a postcard. I just booked a short. I just booked a webisode. I just wrote and directed my own film and blah, 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 blah. I hope you're doing great. And I'm looking forward to building our relationship and keeping in touch with you. Bye. Something simple. Okay, so that is a very crucial tip. that I don't typically I don't see that written anywhere. I know people aren't telling you to do that, but I am, because it works. And you need to be bold and fearless in this business, okay? So stay close to me, because I'm always going to give you the inside track to how the business really works. And we're going to get on to step 3 in my module of how to increase your jobs and auditions and your work. That'll be starting in 24, 23, 22 seconds, 21.